Hey everyone, my name is Austin Shaw, and I am on staff with Chi Alpha. And today I have the very special privilege to talk to you about the cost of discipleship. But first, let's talk about the beach. How many of you love the beach? If you got offered to live there for free, would you do it? Imagine this: a rich man or a rich woman offered you to live at the beach or wherever your favorite place is permanently. Now, you can post about it on Facebook or Instagram. You can tell your mama, your daddy. You can make everyone just jealous about where you're going. You can just tell everybody about the really great opportunity you have. You can start buying the products, the beach chairs, or whatever, the suits, you name it. But it isn't until you move there, it isn't until you get on a plane and actually live on the beach or wherever it is, that it's reality. You see, I believe many people approach Christianity this way. Many people love the idea of Jesus, but struggle with the cost of following him. What do I mean, Austin? You see, people love going to church, people love going to the potlucks, they might love volunteering, but when it comes to giving up their life, when it comes to giving up their bad habits, their sinful habits, their sin in general, they hesitate. They don't realize the cost of following him. But are these my words? No, these are Jesus' own words. Check out what he says in Luke 14, verses 25 through 27. Now, he says to a large group of people, large crowds were traveling with Jesus, and turning to them, he said, "If anyone comes to me and does not hate father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, yes, even their own life, such a person cannot be my disciple. And whoever does not carry their cross and follow me cannot be my disciple." Wow, that is a powerful quote to a large group of people, especially for people that you want to follow. But what does Jesus mean? To hate my father, hate my mother? Now, Jesus isn't actually meaning to hate my mom or my dad or even my own self. Well, what is Jesus trying to say? He's trying to say he must be first. Jesus must be first in our lives. Everyone else, everything else must be second. We must listen to Jesus first. That even means our own interest. Now, Jesus also says, whoever does not carry the cross. What does that even mean? Jesus, surely the cross is a symbol of hope nowadays, but what did it mean to Jesus back then? Back in the day, if a Jewish person heard about the cross, it meant death. It was very common for people to see the crucified people on the sides of roads. Certainly, if someone were to carry the cross, it meant death. But what does that mean for a 21st century Christian? Let's read this quote real quick. The general idea that these words of Jesus about bearing the cross refer to passive submission to all kinds of afflictions like disappointments, pain, sickness, and grief that come upon a man in life is totally wrong. Only a person who, for the sake of his service, surrenders all self-seeking and abandons all striving after his own interests can be his disciple. You see, some people make it out to believe that carrying their cross means maybe waking up to church, or just to serve at church, or maybe to go to T&L on a Thursday night, or to go to free meal or life group lead, etc. But in reality, that's not what it means. It means denying our self-interest, denying all of our striving for our own interest and just the interest of the world. Jesus also continues to talk to the crowd, and he gives us two analogies. Jesus says, "Suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? For if you lay the foundation and are not able to finish it, everyone will see it, ridicule you, saying, 'This person began to build and wasn't able to finish.' Or suppose a king is about to go to war against another, and won't he first sit down and consider whether he is able with 10,000 men to oppose the one coming against him with 20,000? If he is not able to, He will send the delegation while the other one is still a long way off and will act of terms of peace. In the same way, those of you who do not give up everything you have cannot be my disciples. Jesus gives us two analogies about considering the cost. Now, he talks to this crowd. He's like, you must think about what you're getting yourself into. Are you really going to give up everything you have? Consider everything you have, all your interests, all your values, all your dreams. Will you give that to Jesus? That's what he's trying to say. He's not trying to blindside people. Oh man, as they're becoming more and more into this as a disciple, it's going to require more of them. He doesn't want to blindside them and make them think that, oh man, this is hard. But he's making it very clear that there's a cost to discipleship. Secondly, what is the cost of discipleship? Well, Jesus says at the very end in Luke 14:33, in the same way, those of you who do not give up everything you have cannot be my disciple. You see, in order to be a disciple, the cost is our life. All our interests, all our values, all our dreams, we are all to give it to Jesus. Now, whenever we give our life to Jesus, I believe we start a journey of holiness and consecration. Now, when you hear the word holy, what does that mean? What do you think? What images come to mind? Now, in the world today, holiness has a negative connotation, whether it be holier than thou, I'm better than you, or holy cow, or holy guacamole. Typically, people think of holiness as an outward thing, as, oh man, that person's super clean. But in reality, biblical holiness means to be set apart. Set apart from what? Set apart from the world's standards and to God's standards. To be obedient to Jesus in everything he asks of us. Is Jesus expecting us to be perfect? Surely Jesus doesn't expect me to obey everything in the Bible. Let me give you some encouragement from the Apostle Paul in 1 Corinthians chapter 9. Do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize. Everyone who completes in the games goes into strict training. They do it to get a crown that will not last, but we do it to get a crown that will last forever. Therefore, I do not run like someone aimlessly. I do not fight like a boxer beating the air. No, I strike a blow to my body and make it my slave, so that after I have preached to others, I myself will not be disqualified. You see, like a runner or an athlete or an Olympian or a hot dog eating contestant, we have to train to win. Now, what's the goal? What are we winning for? Paul talks about a crown that will last forever. Now, he's talking about we're not training to win for our salvation, but God will reward us for our obedience. You see, we are not working to earn anything else, but to love God. You see, in order to train, we must do a lot of reading the Word, praying. I believe that we must make every effort, as Hebrews 12 verse 14 says, make every effort to live in peace with everyone and to be holy. Without holiness, no one will see the Lord. I believe that there's 3 practical things we can start doing to pursue holiness. Number 1 is to read our Bible. Man, we got to be in the Word and learn what Jesus wants from us. Learn all the things that Jesus says we must obey and listen to him. Number 2, pray to God. Make known our needs. Hear him out. Talk to him. More than just talk to him, worship him in prayer. And number 3, love genuinely. Jesus says they will know you are my children, you are my disciples by the way you love. We must be loving people genuinely in our life. But just to give you some encouragement about living a holy life, a life that leads to Jesus' perfection, the Apostle Paul says in Philippians 1:6, being confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. You see, Paul is saying, man, Jesus is going to make you holier over time. Now, this doesn't give us a license to sin, but Jesus gives us the responsibility to become more like him every day. We must, like an athlete, train every single day to become more like him, to win the prize. But yeah, I think that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for coming.